humans, not just animals, insects, plants, microorganisms, and since every soul is sacred, harming any of them creates bad karma you'll carry into your next life. Strict vegetarianism is the baseline. That's the easy part. Devout Jain monks take it much further. They wear cloth masks to avoid accidentally inhaling insects. They sweep the ground in front of them as they walk, so they don't step on anything. Some refuse to eat root vegetables because pulling them out of the soil might kill organisms clinging to them. It sounds extreme, but the philosophy behind it is razor sharp. If you truly believe all life is sacred, half measures aren't really beliefs. The Jains are just the ones who actually follow the logic all the way through. Shintoism. Shintoism is the native religion of Japan, and it's woven into the country so tightly you can barely separate the two. The core belief is kami, nature spirits that live inside everything. Mountains, rivers, trees, storms. Your ancestors are kami out too. Legendary figures, past emperors, even certain objects can become kami. There's no founder, no holy book, no list of commandments. Just rituals passed down for over 1,000 years and a deep sense that the world around you is alive and sacred. That's why you'll see small shrines everywhere in Japan, tucked into subway stations, sitting on top of office buildings, hidden in forests. They're not tourist attractions, they're active places of worship. Shintoism isn't really practiced outside Japan. It didn't spread. It doesn't try to. It just is. Baha'i Faith. The Baha'i Faith started in 1800s Iran, and its central claim is kind of radical. Every major religion is right, not partially right, not sort of pointing in the right direction. Actually, fundamentally right. Baha'is believe all the major religions came from the same God, delivered through different prophets over thousands of years, tailored to different cultures and time periods. Moses, Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad. All messengers of the same message, updated for their era. Humanity is one race. Men and women are equal. Science and religion belong together. Prejudice of any kind is a barrier to unity. There are about 8 million Baha'is worldwide, and the faith is growing fast, which is impressive given Iran has been actively persecuting them since the day it started. Rastafarianism. Rastafarianism started in 1930s Jamaica, and it built its entire theology around a real Ethiopian emperor. His name was Haile Selassie. Crowned in 1930, he ruled Ethiopia for over 4 decades. Rastafarians believe he was the physical return of God on earth. Not a symbol, not a prophet, the actual divine walking around in an emperor's uniform. Ethiopia is sacred ground. Africa is Zion, the promised land. Black people around the world are the lost tribes of Israel, forced into exile through slavery and colonization, destined to one day return home. Cannabis is a sacrament, not a party drug, a spiritual tool used for meditation, clarity, and connection to Jah. Rastas consider it plant medicine given by God himself, referenced right there in scripture if you read it a certain way. The dreadlocks, the red, gold, and green, the reggae music. It's not fashion. It's faith. Rastafarianism took the pieces of a broken diaspora and built a religion out of resistance, identity, and divinity. Mormonism. Mormonism starts with Jesus, then adds a second book, officially called The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Founded in 1830s New York by Joseph Smith, who claimed an angel led him to golden plates buried in a hillside. On those plates was a lost scripture about Jesus visiting the Americas after his resurrection. Smith translated them, and that became the Book of Mormon. So Mormons accept the Bible, but they also accept the Book of Mormon as equal scripture. That alone puts them in a different category from mainstream Christianity. The theology gets bigger from there. Mormons believe humans can eventually become gods themselves, not metaphorically, literally. Worthy followers will rule their own planets in the afterlife. And there's still a living prophet today, based in Salt Lake City, who Mormons believe receives direct revelation from God. Unlike most religions, Mormonism is still writing its own scripture. The story isn't closed yet. Jehovah's Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses are a Christian offshoot with some very specific rules. They believe only 144,000 people get into heaven. Total. Ever. That number comes from the book of Revelation. Everyone else worthy of salvation gets to live forever on a restored paradise earth. So heaven isn't really the goal for most members. Earth redone is. They refuse blood transfusions even to